Well, Christy, thank you so much for joining us for this interview. Just for people who are watching, tell me a little bit about yourself, but then also tell me a little bit about the Arizona Cancer Foundation as well, too.
Yeah, so I started Arizona Cancer Foundation for Children 7 years ago when after I lost my daughter Ava to cancer, and we provide financial support and emotional support to Arizona families who have children with cancer.
Mhm. Tell me a little bit about some of the struggles that some of these families are going through. Stories that we might not even realize.
Yeah, so when we provide financial support to families, we provide to pay for rent, medical bills, travel, just any necessities, because obviously when your child has cancer, usually one of the parents has to stop working. I mean, they're definitely impacted financially, but now with COVID-19, they're impacted even more. I mean, we're all feeling the financial effects of it.
So, do they even know about, like, for instance, if they're not working, do they know about some of the unemployment benefits or stimulus packages that are available to them?
They do probably do not know, and we rely on the social workers at the hospital to communicate those programs to them, but the social workers see 80 patients a day, and so we become an extension of them, and of course we help them as much as we can.
So, as the leader of your organization, like, what are some of the thoughts going through your mind during this time? I know you have a responsibility to the people you serve, right? To your employees, to your family, but you're also really thinking about not just the things you have to deal with today, but even 6 months from now, right?
Yes, no, it's terrifying. I want to keep all the people on payroll that work for me. I mean, they depend on this for their families. I want to continue to help all the families that we provide support to because they need us now more than ever. I have worries about events that we've had to cancel where they have deposits, or they're not refundable. Are we never going to get them back? Are we never going to
Mhm.
have the event? I never like to be heavy on event revenue, but it just happens that
Yeah.
that's how you raise a lot of money. And so it's scary. And if this goes on any longer, I mean, I don't want to have to lay people off, or I don't want to have to tell people I can't help them. I mean, imagine having a child with cancer and I tell you I can't help you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's horrible. And our donations have dropped significantly. We've still been able to get donations coming in for the Arizona Charitable State Tax Credit, but without that, we're out there on social media saying we need help.
Yeah.
We may even invest in doing a mailing, which again is money to be
Yeah.
spent,
Yeah.
but it's awful.
Like, even donors, have you been communicating with them during this time and asking them, or what have they?
Yeah, and a lot of them have been good about giving supplies, but like in terms of grants, like we just went to Fry's and we said we have 25 families coming to pick up supplies. Can we please get $2,000 of grocery gift cards? They said it's a 4-week process to approve it.
Mm,
And I, of course, said, well, who can I talk to
yeah. Yeah.
ahead of you? But I mean, it's hard. Like a lot of grants have moved their deadlines because they're not able to meet, to discuss, to decide. Of course, there have been other grants that are open that want to fund immediately, and we're applying as fast as we can. It's just us and everyone else applying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like who can get there quickest and who can show their impact the best.
And what do you tell your staff during these times? Because I'm sure they're looking for you for confidence and also some direct.
Yes, I always stay positive and I assure them that we got this. And I mean, we meet weekly on the Zoom like this, and we just try to keep them going.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. Our life of the families we help still goes on. I mean, we had a little boy pass away yesterday.
Mhm.
So it's like the cycle still, cancer doesn't stop
Yeah. Yeah.
just because we're in this. So, and we have families, I don't know, that are terrified to go to the hospital because they don't want to get sick, but they have to bring their child to the hospital. I mean, it's just awful.
And you applied for the PPP program?
Yes, we did apply and get approved. We just do not have our funding yet.
What's your advice for the federal government as they're kind of thinking through what CARES 2 or maybe other future stimulus is going to look like?
They do need to consider nonprofits, and I think they need to look at what the nonprofit services are, whether they're essential services and needs, and I would go in priority. And I wouldn't forget about the little people because honestly, the little people probably make the biggest impact.
I know this one really prioritized employment and payroll. Do you think that
Yes.
focusing on payroll is really the best way of kind of helping organizations?
I think it's good and it's a good start, but we really need money for our programs.
Mm,
Because if we don't have any money to give to the families, then we cannot do what we do best.
yeah. And if you're relying on donors and foundations and even corporations, they most likely may not be there necessarily when we get out of this here in a few months.
They may not be there is right. I mean, we've talked to several small companies that we work with that are really worried. And then the big companies, they're just all worried about their own stuff that they say, okay, we'll catch up with you when this is over.
To finish this off, other nonprofit leaders, what would your advice be to them if they were watching this today?
I would say stay strong and take it one day at a time because it's all we can do, you know, and I wouldn't stop helping families out of a fear or whatever they're doing because I just think then you lose why you're doing what you're doing and the passion. And we can't just stop life and put it on hold because our community is depending on us.
Mhm.
So we have to keep providing support no matter what that looks like.
Thank you so much. This has been
Yeah.
great. Appreciate it.